Coogan Cassius, IFL TV in association with Mecklen's Gym Marbella. We're at the MGM Grand with me. Bit weird, isn't it? First time I'm interviewing you after
sitting there and didn't really know what to do tonight. Just sitting there
just
as a fan,
out.
you know. Yeah, just
me and you sat
got
down
up a few
time,
times, walked into the change rooms, got told to leave. No, not really, but just...
let's talk
I actually
about...
went past one security guard and he went, "Excuse me, sir, you can't come in here." I went, "Mate, I'm not." Oh no. Sorry.
Did you think it was Cam?
No. They're very
say...
different over here, the security. They don't take any shit at all.
What are you saying our ones do?
No, but they just say... Some bloke told some bloke to get out of the way, he was going to get arrested. I thought, well, that's a bit harsh. Anyway, sorry, mate.
Masterclass performance from Amir Khan tonight.
Good, yeah.
Very dominant, movement, speed, everything was there for him. What did you think?
Yeah, very good. I mean, you've got to have a certain type of style to beat Amir Khan. And if you haven't, you're never going to beat him. And Devon didn't have that style, those assets. Brilliant performance from Amir. Great speed. Very disciplined. Again, got caught a little bit. Sometimes he falls in a little bit. I mean, you're picking tiny holes in a great performance. So, but very, very good.
Have you ever seen him be so dominant in a fight?
No, I don't think so. I think that's where the discipline comes in. You know, but I think you can do that against, you know, Devon. He controlled the fight and the pace so well because Devon couldn't hurt him. He couldn't push him back. He couldn't really do anything. You know, I think the most impressive thing was that he was much too quick for a fighter that's also renowned for being quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We always knew that Devon couldn't hurt Amir. You know, he was never going to be a strong welterweight that's going to push him back and hurt him. But he is quick, Devon, and he is elusive. But Amir didn't have any problems with that. I think that was the most impressive thing about the performance.
You know you want the Brook fight. Mm-hmm. You know everyone wants the Brook fight. Mm-hmm. This one's a bit of a weird question, but does it help the situation he won tonight or push it back further that he won tonight?
I think that, look, like I said, you need a certain type of style to beat Amir, and if you haven't got it, you can't beat him. And I'm not sure that Floyd has got the right style to beat Amir. No, but wait, yeah. To beat Amir. Yeah. Therefore, I think even before tonight, Mayweather was not going to fight Amir Khan. And I think after that performance, it's probably more likely to not even fight Amir Khan because it's not quite big enough to warrant the risk. Do you understand what I mean by that? I.e., it does the same kind of pay-per-view buys as a Madonna or someone like that. I obviously ain't going to fight Madonna again. But do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If it did a couple of million pay-per-view buys, I believe Mayweather would fight him. But, so what I'm getting to is that before tonight, I was quite confident that Mayweather wouldn't fight Khan. And after tonight, I'm even more confident that Mayweather won't fight Khan. And I think if Mayweather doesn't fight Khan, Khan has to fight Kell Brook. But he's got to chase the Mayweather fight. Obviously, it's a big fight. Even though financially, the Brook fight's bigger, in my opinion. But you have to chase the Mayweather fight. But how long are you going to chase it? That's the question.
Obviously, we know that you're good mates with Al Heyman.
Am I? Good mates?
You're good mates with him. Edster and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to say, but did you get an indication about this Mayweather Khan situation from Al Heyman?
We talked about everything like that, but you know, we have to see what happens.
Okay. You got here yesterday. Heard your flight was delayed.
It was.
What was you doing?
3 hours. They shut the airspace, and I was on the tarmac with Calzaghe and Gallagher.
In good company then.
Yes, and got in late last night. Had a little mooch around, played a bit of poker, went to bed. Got up today.
You played poker in bed?
HBO. Went to bed after the poker. Saw HBO, a couple of other TV guys, a couple of Italian promoters. Everyone's in town for the WBC convention. Played another bit of poker. I was $400 up last night, and then I was $500 down.
Did you give that to your kids to the chip shop?
No, but it's, you know. So yeah, Andy Lee, fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant.
I was following a little bit on Twitter.
Absolutely
I saw he was a
brilliant.
couple of rounds down, and all of a sudden, yes, from like loves Irish boxing. So I'm really pleased for him. You know, really nice guy. And obviously it's a great win dedicated to Manny Stewart, but I think Adam Booth deserves a lot of credit as well.
100%.
Because no one thought that Andy Lee would go on and win a world title. It's really good.
Unbelievable. Sets up a fight with Billy Joe Saunders now.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
Interesting.
I wonder whether they'll do that. I'd like to see them go to Ireland with it, you know. I think Andy deserves a little homecoming fight. It's a bit of a shame for him that everyone was watching Amir tonight. Do you know what I mean? Because that performance and that win would have been great if everyone would have got to see it. But hopefully he can go back and defend and get a great turnout in Ireland, which I think he will.
Did you talk to anyone at Top Rank about CHAVEZ and Froch?
Yeah, loads of talks ongoing,
And obviously HBO.
Yeah, everybody.
So what was saying? What's the...
It's complicated.
Still complicated?
Yeah.
Because time's ticking away now for this 31st day.
Away, yeah.
What will we find out as fans before 31st of this month? As in regards to Froch, the idea
You may get a Froch announcement. You may get nothing. Listen, I want to make Froch CHAVEZ, right? And I also want to make DeGALE against Groves. I did this thing with Sky that, basically, if Froch vacates the IBF, it's likely that James DeGALE, I'm telling you what the whole landscape, I'm just being totally honest with you, it's likely that James DeGALE will have to fight Andre Dirrell for the world title. George Groves has to fight Anthony Dirrell for the WBC title. They're both quite stinking fights, they're both quite tough fights. George will probably have to travel because he's only 75-25. James may have to travel, but it's 50-50, so we've got a chance. Andre Dirrell probably won't come to England because he's already, the whole thing is so messy. Why not try and get one of Froch's belts and let them fight each other for the world title? It's such a great rivalry, it's such a great fight. I'd just much rather see that fight than DeGALE Dirrell and Groves Dirrell and
Can I just say something? I interviewed Anthony Dirrell today.
Yeah, I saw him over there.
And he said I could interview him if I didn't mention George Groves.
Well, you know why? Because they've agreed. As I know it, they're allowed to now have a defence in February, March. So George is going to have to wait till the summer or even beyond. So let's just make the fight. I mean, it's a big money. It's the biggest money fight out there for him. It's the one that the whole country wants to see. The banter's going to be outrageous.
What indication have you got from Camp DeGALE, Camp Groves?
They both want the fight.
They both want the fight. So what's the problem?
Well, it's not that easy. You're talking about rivalry between the fighters, the families. They had that thing at the weigh-in at the Bellew Cleverly fight. It's not that easy. But I'm seeing George on Monday with Calla out here, and Ambrose and Team DeGALE and James DeGALE are on side. If that fight can be for a world title, I think we can make it happen.
Be unbelievable, really would. Kell Brook. It's a shame he wasn't here actually.
Yeah.
Because it was a welterweight feel to this weekend.
Yeah, but he started his camp, and listen, the last thing I want him doing is flying all over the world and coming back and disrupting. He's on course for March the 7th, and it's got to be absolutely perfect, the camp. So I don't coming out here, time zones,
When will you announce that Sheffield show?
Probably next week. Jojo Dan will fight Kevin Bizier in a final eliminator. Basically, the situation is Kell must fight his mandatory before March 14th. Okay, sorry, on March the 14th, that's when the mandatory is due. So before then, he can have a voluntary. But if he takes a voluntary, he must face the mandatory next.
Can we get the mandatory out of the way?
Well done, Coogan. You're learning, my son. And it's a decent little fight. They're both two very exciting fighters, Bizier and Dan. They'll come to bring it. Kell should win, look good. And then I think we set up the big fight in the summer. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens next week. Al Heyman's got both of them.
What did you make of Thurman tonight?
Average. I mean, they go quality fighter, no doubt about that. But I guess the hype is what's led me to say he's out. If I watched him for the first time tonight with no hype, I'd say he fought Leonard Bundu, who had a life and death with Lee Purdy and Frankie Gavin, and Thurman won every round. So it's difficult to criticise, but when they're talking about the second coming in the welterweight division, didn't look like that. Couldn't see him beating Kell Brook on a performance like that. And people keep saying, "Oh, what about Thurman for Brook?" He's just not big enough yet. Obviously he was booed out of the stadium tonight. He's not going to be on everyone's Christmas list for the next fight. But in time, I'm sure he's going to be a player in the division.
Interesting. Have you got any other news you want to tell us about?
No, we're going to be announcing Leeds and Newcastle on like Monday, Tuesday. What else to tell you? Paul Smith tickets are on sale. Crawler tickets are going really well. I think we're through 5,000 already. Joshua tickets at the O2, we've done like 8,500. We've opened the top tier at the O2, which is a real achievement. And then, you know, talking about Froch for the end of March out here. Brook looks like March the 7th. I'd like to do a world title fight every month this year for a Brit. So we've got January, we've got Anthony Crolla against Richard Abril. February, we've got Paul Smith against Arthur Abraham. March, we've got Kell Brook against. Right, mate? All right, no. March, we've got Kell Brook. And end of March, we could have Carl Froch as well. April, I believe, we'll have DeGALE against Groves. May, I'm working on. June the 14th. June the 13th will be Kell Brook against Amir Khan at Wembley Stadium. July, who knows? But I want every month one major world title.
Give me a percentage that you will have a fight at Wembley Stadium next summer.
100%.
And are you 100%?
No, 90%. Just in case it goes tits up. 90%.
Does it match the crowd of what you've got for Froch Groves?
I believe so. Wembley are confident that any major boxing event now will sell out the same because of the success, because of the hype, and Brook Khan's massive.
It is massive, but aside from that, have you got a plan B for Wembley?
Froch v the winner of DeGALE Groves.
Yeah.
DeGALE Groves 3.
In the space of what?
Well, if they fight in April, why not do it in August?
Okay.
Dream big, son.
Okay. Alright, Eddie Hearn, thanks for talking to IFL TV here in Las Vegas.
Well done on all your coverage this week. Are you pleased with it? Was you hoping for a little bit more access?
No, I got access.
Did you?
Interviewed everyone. It was meant to.
Right, mate. I need to.
James interviewed Bob Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Eddie Hearn, thanks for talking to IFL TV. What are you doing now?
It's late, isn't it? A bit jet lagged.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hit this out. You know, these days, Saturday night in Vegas, and I'm probably going to go to bed.
Don't blame you.
I mean, this guy's loitering for an interview.
He's alright.
Who's he?
Chris Robinson.
From?
Hustle Boss.
Who?
Hustle Boss.
Hustle Boss.
Testing.
Alright.
We hear Amir Khan's like literally 2 minutes away. 2 minutes.